Hey guys, T here. Today I'm gonna show you how to fully automate Proxmox VM provisioning without even touching the UI. I'll also use MinIO S3 as a backend store and Vault to store our secrets. Here you can see that I have everything set up from Vault, MinIO, Proxmox. This is actually what we're going to build alongside with Ansible. So what I have basically now, just to show you, is a full Kubernetes cluster that was provisioned using Ansible and Terraform alongside with Vault and MinIO. I have also built a CI/CD pipeline, so let me go ahead and show you that. So if I go to the pipeline, it has the validate, the plan, the apply infra, and this will basically create these 3 machines, and it will basically allow me to execute the Ansible and bootstrap a Kubernetes cluster. Don't worry about all that. We'll just start over, open the terminal and see if we have Terraform. So Terraform is not found. Let me go ahead and install it. I'm using Omorchi, by the way, install package, and let's look for Terraform. Hit enter. Let me type my password and wait for Terraform to be installed. I will open a new tab. What I will use is the BGP one or the BPG, yes. And let's see the official documentation. Here I'm gonna click on use provider, create a new directory, new folder. Let's call it Proxmox Terraform. Let's go ahead and just add providers.tf. Let's go back to here and click on copy this thing, paste. Actually, let me go ahead and clear this terminal and just put it here. Now let's go ahead and just see the guides and go through the documentation. What I want you to do is basically create a token. Go to your Proxmox virtual environment, and for example, if I just click copy and just come here and paste it, it will tell me that without a sudo, it will tell me that the user already exists. So I have already ran those commands, so it will basically create the Terraform user. It will add a role, and it's called Terraform, and then it will assign the role to the previously created user. So go ahead and type these commands. You will have a token that you have to store somewhere safe. To configure the provider, I'm gonna just copy this section, paste it here, and here the provider is Proxmox, the endpoint. And for the API token, remember that we have generated it, so I'll just use my API token. For the SSH agent, it is not the user that we have created, it's the user that you use to access Proxmox. For me, I'm just gonna put root. Go ahead and just test it, not taste it, main.tf. From here, let's try to create a cloud init file. Virtual environment fail user data cloud config. Let's copy this. Let's paste this here. The cloud init file, which is file that is going to boot or that is going to run once the machine boots. What cloud init will do basically is when the VM boots, when you first power on your VM, so let's say this is your VM, it will run the script. This is the cloud init script. It will run once it's booted. So when your VM is booted, this script will run on this VM. For example, this is setting up the host name, the time zone. This is the different users you have. This is whether you want to update the packages or not, apt update if it's Debian or Ubuntu, and this is to start the QEMU-guest agent and enable it. The agent that connects between the physical host, this is the physical host, and this is the VM inside it. So the VM runs this QEMU-guest agent in order to communicate between this and this. Let's go through the config and see if it's valid for our case. So here content type is snippets. Go to the local storage and then go to snippets. If you don't see this enabled, you should go to data center view, storage, yes, and then go to edit and then you will see the content that you can add. You can add backups, import ISO images, container template. Make sure you click on snippets. Data store ID is local. We are good. This is the name local. Then for the node name, my node name is not PVE, it's PVE Homelab. Let me save that. The source data, this is basically, it will create the file on the remote machine, and the file name is user data cloud config. For here, the SSH authorized keys, what I will do is I will create a new directory. I'll call it SSH. I will create my key, SSH key dot boop, which means the public key. I will go ahead and, okay, so here the Terraform is installed. I will do Terraform-v again, and we have the 1.13.4 cat.ssh slash ssh, I don't know, id.pub. If you do not have an SSH key, you should go ahead and do SSH key gen, and you will get your proper SSH key for your VM. I'll go ahead and copy this, get back here, and I will put my SSH key and save. Okay, make sure I'm on my directory. I'm here, good. I will go to .bash rc, and then, oh, there is no nano on Marchi, it's in Vim. And then I'll just do some aliases. I guess I'm good for now. Let me go ahead and save and source it, bash rc. Okay, so if I do t-version, I have the same thing. Let me go ahead and just do t init. It will, because it was not refreshed on this, so I'll just do exit and start a new terminal. I will do cd proxmox terraform and do t init again. So it's finding the proxmox matching this version, the BPG one. It's installing it. Let's wait for that a bit. Yes, we are good. Let's do Terraform validate just to check if our config is valid. For example, yes, we have a reference to an undeclared resource. So I will just come here into main.tf, and I will not use this. I will use this. Okay, what I want is the content of this file. Yeah, so it's file home infra terraform ssh. So yes, I want the content of that. Let's just go ahead and do t validate. So the configuration is valid. Let's do a t plan and see what will happen. Here it says Terraform used the selected providers to generate this. I'll user data config and plan when to add, and let's go ahead and do Terraform apply. So here, failed to open SSH client, enable to authenticate user root over this. Oh no, correctly loaded with SSH key, ssh add -l. I think it needs the password. So the solution here is to just add the password. Sensitive is equal to true. So what I did is basically exported the value of my password. I did export tfvar proxmox password, and I just did equals and then put my password. So here if I do var dot not var dot proxmox, no, just proxmox password. I think I named it that way. So let me go back to variables and do proxmox password. Okay, after that let's do ta. Yes, let's see if the resource is created. And yes, our user data config is created. Now let's go ahead and do something more important. After that, I have created some variables, the Proxmox credentials variables. Note that the defaults are not there, are not set. So these variables, I just referenced them here. So for example, not in main, it's in providers.tf. So here var proxmox host endpoint and API token. What I will do is I will create another file. I'll create a .env file, And here what I will do is basically export the following variables to your shell environment. What I want you to do is to come here, do set-a, and then do source-env, and then set +a. This will make sure that all of our variables are exported. So if you can do tf-var and then proxmox and then host endpoint, you will see that we have the variable defined and all the other variables. After exporting my password, let me do a TA, and the apply is complete, 0 changes, 0 destroyed, and we are connected. Let's get back to our documentation. I think it's here. Yes. And configure a VM with cloud in it. So this is the cloud in it, and this should be the VM. So it will basically download the cloud image and stuff like that. We will not do that. We'll do something else. We'll actually clone an existing VM. We will use Alma Linux. I'll go with Alma since it's close to Red Hat stuff. I only need cloud images. So since we are not on any of these provider, so let's do generic cloud. And from here, let's go ahead and choose the 9th. I'll tell you maybe later why I'll choose the 9th. So I'll just copy link address, come back here and do a wget and paste that link. What it will do, it will get me the Alma 9 generic ISO image. I will not do that because I already have it. So I'll use this to create a template. I have a script that will help me create a template. So let's use that. It will basically choose a VM ID. For now, I have the 200. It's a template that I will use to create other VMs. The disk image is this, and then this is to create the VM. It will give it the memory and cores. It will import and attach the disk. It will attach to it a cloud-init disk, and then it will convert it to template. I'll share this script with you. What I will do is I'll do nano template.sh. Let's keep this $1, $2, and $3. What this does is it will create a template. So if I do this template.sh, and for the $1, let's give it a 300. For the $2, let's give it the name. So we'll call it Alma 10 template. And for the 3, let's give it this cloud image. I think I said ISO earlier, but it's cloud image. And let's run it. What it will do, it will import the disk, as we said, and then it will create the VM, it will generate the ISO, and then it will make it a template. So where's the 300? Yes, this is the Alma 10 template. From there, I can go ahead and do a clone. I can clone a basic VM from it, a VM ID, let's call it Alma 10. Resource pool, let's do a full clone. I think you are familiar with the concept of cloning and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start it now. So if I do root, and then the password is root as well, I guess. So I don't know the default username and password. That's why we can have a cloud in it. So I'll go ahead and power off the VM, shut down. Yes. And then once it's shut down, you can see here it's okay. I can come here to the cloud init. So you'll usually see this summary. So come back here to cloud init. I'll add a user. I'll add my username. So this way I don't have any issues with the default username and password. Waiting for it to boot. And yeah, we are there. So if I do etc os release, I have the Alma 10 Purple Lion release, and this is basically from the template or from the script that generates templates that we use. We will do that same thing but using Terraform. So here the host name, I'll make it not Ubuntu, I'll make it first VM. Time zone is, let's set it to Europe and to UK. the users. Yeah, let's keep, this is the default user, and the name, let's give it my name. Let's add it to the group sudo. Let's assign a shell to it. Let's give it my authorized keys, update package manager, install those stuff. We are good. Going back to the documentation, okay, this is the cloud init and this is the VM. Let's copy the default config and paste it here. So the VM name, test Alma 9. It's the name that will appear on Proxmox, the node name PVE Homelab, the agent enable true, memory okay, disk. This is the local LVM disk and import from. This is not the thing that we're going to do. Actually, we'll remove this import from because it will download the cloud image, as you can see here. We do not need that thing, so we'll do that. And not an import from. What we'll do is a clone. Disk size, let's give it the 20, discard on, interface virt.io 0. And for cloning, let's do clone a VM. And I think we need just a small, yes, this is what we do, what we need. Let's go back here and paste this just here, clone VM ID. We do not need any template, we'll just give it VM ID 200. Save. Okay, initialization, IP config, increment and specify data store for cloud init disk if default local LVM is not available. I think we do have that, but where is the cloud init disk? Yeah, the user data file, I think it's user data cloud config. I think it's the default. Yeah, user data cloud config.id. So here we're passing the cloud init file and we're going to use the default Proxmox bridge. I think so far so good. So let's do a t-validate to validate that our config is valid. Let's also do a plan. We do not need an init since we already did that. And let's do a TA. Ubuntu VM. It's called, the resource is called Ubuntu VM. We forgot to change it, but it's okay. We can, just to check if it's running, we can go back to Proxmox and see if we are, yes, there is something running here. It's basically our Terraform, but we don't know whether it's running or not. So we can also see if we have a VM called test something. Yes, test Alma 9. Okay, maybe we need to attach some sort of monitor or something. We cannot see the screen, so let's go ahead and change something. Let's stop this, remove it, remove and also remove it from the job configuration 107, remove. Let me also remove the cloud init, remove, yes. What I will do is I'll go here, maybe add this serial device and also maybe the CPU type. So I'll just add the serial device here, go to CPU and set the type to host. And I'll do, let me remove the state. I'll move to trash and state backup also delete. And let's apply again, TA. Let's see what do we have back in Proxmox. So this is the VM, it's cloning and now it's starting. Here, Alma 9, let's click on it. And yes, finished cloud init, so I think it's good. To avoid any login issues, I'll just create a password for my user. So block password false and passwd. I'll just create a hashed password. Let's just go here, new terminal, mkpasswd. Let me choose a strong password and I'll copy the hash. So let me get this thing, let me get back here and paste it here. And let's do a TA. It will plan 2 to add, 0 to change, 2 to destroy. It will basically destroy everything and start over. Let me close this, leave, yes, and booting our VM. Let's log in. Yes, and we are logged into our VM. So this concludes creating a VM with Proxmox. Later we will add Vault, MinIO for S3 backend and also create a Kubernetes cluster. I think this will be a very long video, so I'll just stop it here and I'll upload the next video.